Join us on the Shark Stream.
And join us on Shark Stream.
Join us on the Shark Stream.
Join me on the Shark Stream.
Join us on the Shark Stream tonight.
Joey hit the lights, Bobby grabbed the mic, chicken calling action from the other side. Shark 3, going live. We're about to enter water, only sharks survive. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Shark Stream. We're getting ready with our finals here. You're looking at Stacie at the top of your screen. Stacie at the top of your screen and Rachel at the bottom of your screen. Looks like Stacie won the lag and she's going to be able to break first. This is the finals of the Pechauer Northeast Women's Tour. So Rachel Lang went all the way through the winner's side. She is undefeated so far. Fargo ranking 566. Stacie Bourbeau is she came up through the one-loss side. She got a Fargo rating of 610. And quite frankly, she is on a roll right now. She's last few brackets, she's actually she defeated Emily Katie 7-5. Defeated Emily Duddy 7-3. And just now defeated Alyssa Solt, who was second in the winner's bracket, 7-1. All right, Brian, if you're going to stick around, I had plans tonight. If you want to be on the Shark Stream later, I'm more than happy to cover that too. Fine. All right, and we are off and running. Stacie did not get a ball on the break. So we're going to see Rachel coming on it. The Calcutta, I want to say it was about 2,400 or 2,500 total. Okay. Yeah, let us know in the comments section if you were, who do you think's going to win this and who are you rooting for? It doesn't necessarily have to be the same person, but it usually is. When I was outside, I guess that's true. We're always up to the whims of Bobby Hilton. I just recently got thrown out of the booth because he wanted to have a nice exclusive interview with Emily. And by the way, if you're interested, go see that on YouTube. That was a previous posting. Great video. She's a character. What a wonderful. We're talking about the bombshell. Emily Duddy. Nice combo. So yeah, Brian, we'll see you in a little while. I mean, turns out everybody on here is named Brian, so it's easy to get confused. Brian and Kicking Chicken. John says, could go either way. I totally agree, man. Look at this. Stacie's warm. She's absolutely, she's on a roll. She's been on the tables for the last 3 hours. Rachel's been warming up on table 8. I've been watching her on the side camera over there. So she's not cold either, but you know, when you've been sitting for about 4 hours, that can be a little tricky to get back in that nice little rhythm that Stacie's just shot out of a cannon right now. So we'll see. And like I said, hopefully Alyssa will come join me. She just lost the last match against Stacie. She might have some thoughts and insights. So, for anyone wondering, this format is full double elimination. Brian, that's exactly what I was just going to describe. It's full double elimination, except it's sort of a modified double elimination. If you look at the race 2's indicator there, I put up 7/9 because they're not going to run 2 sets. The way it's going to work is they're going to race to 7. However, if Stacie gets to 7 first, then they're going to extend the race to 9. But if Rachel gets to 7 first, then the set is over. So get a slight advantage by being the winner of the winner's side. But at the same time, we're not going to do a race to 7, then a race to 9. I hope that's clear. Let's see if that 5 squeaks through. I think she's got at least half a pocket here. Hold that thing. tuning in now to the Shark Stream, please by all means like, comment, share, subscribe, click the little bell, get your notifications for the next time we're on the air. And by all means, if you have the means and will to do so, there are donate links in the comments section, the pinned comments especially. And also, you can send Facebook stars or whatever to help support the stream and keep it a nice free resource for quality pool. Andy, as always, thank you. That was an impressive display when you were here. I'm going to share it to some groups now. Listen for the dings. And then 25 dings later, he's like, okay, I'm done. So if you want a big supporter of the Shark Stream, then look no further. That's Andy Gall right there. And it was a pleasure, Andy, by the way, sitting with you in the booth for a little while today. I'm glad you came down.
Oh.
Like Rachel's going to come out swinging. Yeah, all business. Rachel, very nice. Takes the first game, 1-0.
Joey hit the lights, Bobby grabbed the mic, chicken calling at you from the other side. Shock 3, going live. We're about to enter water, only sharks survive. In 3, 2, 1.
All right. We are joined in the booth by Alyssa Salt,
Yes. Hello, everyone.
who finished third today in our New England women's tour from Pechauer. And what an impressive showing. I know it was a long weekend for you. How you feeling?
It definitely was. I mean, I'm feeling okay. I'm happy with how I played, but both of the matches that I lost on, I mean, Rachel's match, I was happier with how I played. Stacie's not so much. I let some outside influences kind of affect my mental side,
Oh,
and that kind of showed in my play. So something to work on. But yeah. Overall, I'm happy.
you know how it's going to work. Let me, Bobby's here, just making sure I know what I'm talking about.
Make
It's
sure
a modified
7.
7.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's 7.
Race
If you find,
It
Race to
depends.
7.
If Stacie gets to 7 first, if Stacie gets to 7 first, then it goes to 9.
Right.
If Rachel gets to 7 first, then it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
perfect. Well said. Good job. Just checking to make sure because they're asking me out there, and I want to make sure we're good.
We
I
got
got the skinny.
So yeah, I'm happy with how I played all weekend.
Actually, playing on the table, great. Just got to work on that
Some mental aspects.
secondary,
Yeah.
I suppose. And as we were talking about outside, the layout's a little difficult for the tables that we do play on, and
Yes,
yeah.
Jennifer, the squad. We did pretty well. I'm happy for us.
What's the floor squad? If I'm, it sounds like there's something there.
I mean, like during the Calcutta, there tends to be like a group of us who will just sit on the floor during the Calcutta and we'll stretch out a little bit. Because we're gonna be there.
I want you to do that. That's true.
Yeah, so we're there like sitting, hanging out, not really talking because respecting the player meeting and whatnot, but not just standing around the room. We always find a place to sit down and we'll stretch out our legs and whatnot, and
Get loose.
yeah. And it just became it. I don't know even when it became a thing. It just started becoming a thing. So when we're all together, it's the floor squad.
Well, hey, if it works for you and it gets you in the mood, in the zone, whatever.
It was actually
Whatever
really,
ritual you got.
yeah.
That's what
I
it
mean,
takes.
it was so funny because somebody at the beginning of the Calcutta had mentioned to me that like I'm surprised I don't see you on the floor right now, and I said, oh, I'm finding where I want to be. Like I'm scoping out the floor and finding
gotta
the
find the
best
right
spot.
spot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I didn't want to be at the front of the room. I didn't want to be all the way at the back, and then we all kind of joined together. So, George, yes, this is the final match.
This is it.
So just a reminder, if Stacie gets to 7 first, it's going to be a race to 9 for both players. If Rachel gets to 7 first, then that's the end of the match. So it's a modified double elimination, but there's no double dipping. I have a sale on my coffee. I need to order it.
Oh, sale on what?
I order really good coffee. I love my coffee.
Oh.
And the sale ends today. All right. So Rachel is up 1-0.
Reaches up 2-0. I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Slack.
I get a little distracted. Somebody that's far more knowledgeable about this game than I am, so.
I mean, I've spent some time on it.
Rachel's starting off very strong.
Well,
It's one of those things.
Rachel has been feeling great all weekend,
For sure.
and that's the thing. Even after a wait,
She's been sitting since almost 2 o'clock.
yeah, after a wait, she's to come back after a wait and still be a really strong player. It really says something about who she is as a player.
Great.
And I really admire players like that. Like, yeah, she was hitting a few balls, but I was hitting a few balls before my match. It didn't really, it didn't really affect much that happened to me during my match. But no, she's really taking major strides in her game, and it's been awesome to see. I think I watched her last year when it might have been like 8 months ago, women in pool event or something like that. And just comparing what I saw then, she might have had an off day then, I'm not sure, but comparing to what I saw then to what I see now, it just seems like she's been putting in a lot of work into her game. So more power to her, really.
That was a terrific save. I was going to say the same thing. Just pop that 4 right in there. Distance and
it shows in her game how much time she's been putting in. So it's great to see. You don't want to see players who just get lucky.
oh,
you know?
for sure. I mean, it happens to us all, but it seems to
Does.
happen to some more than others. I feel.
It does happen, but you want to see somebody win who really deserves it. And wow, Stacie!
Stacie,
Wow! Yes, replay that. Oh my gosh!
watch this shot. Kick,
Wow!
boom, perfect.
Perfectly hit, dead on. Has the leave on the 5. That was just
nuts.
beautiful right there. Absolutely, boom!
Boom.
Drop the mic. Everything. That was fantastic. We don't have mics here, but if I did, I'd drop it right now. That was so good.
WT highlight reel. That's definitely.
And then followed by another great shot. It has a good leave on the 6. She could follow it up, put the 7 in the opposite side. She has so many options of what she wants to do here, and it really is like player's choice on what they're comfortable with. Like she could draw it back and put too many options.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
It
At
really
this
depends.
point, I feel like she's in the zone. Just when you get that clarity, you just can't miss.
Yeah, but there's also like a right way. Like I definitely think following it is a smarter option. If she drew it back, yes, she could get perfect on the 7. It would be really, it could get ugly, but it looks like she is drawing it back. See, like it could get ugly. This still works. She could put the 7 in the side, bounce off the rail, get the 8.
She's just making
So,
shot after shot, though.
it's
So even
still
though this is less than ideal,
She just has to focus and keep aiming, taking her time on the aim. Because when she does that,
Yep.
she's making the
I
balls.
think she just got the
Now, this, is the shame part aspect of, unfortunately, sometimes when you're just focused on making the balls, you
don't
lose
see
the
the
cue ball.
points for sure.
You lose the cue ball a little bit.
She looks like she's going up and down the long way.
Oh, do it again, Stacie. Do it again.
Wouldn't that be a sick? Oh my
Do
goodness.
it again now.
Too much sauce. Oh, she cut the nine damn near.
This should definitely, there's no reason this should definitely be Rachel's game.
Don't even think about playing 8-9.
No, just,
That's why would you risk it?
I mean, but at the same point, like, I don't know.
I played with an 8 where she's standing in the corner.
I know, yeah, I would think about playing the 8 too.
All right, well, you know what?
It did work for her, but like sometimes if it's really stuck on the rail, like even if you have ball in hand, that's a really risky shot as well.
I agree.
So that's once again player's choice.
Worked out.
It could definitely go wrong.
You could have hit that fat and boxed it in that corner and lost the game just as easily.
It could have gone wrong, but she hit it right.
So that's Rachel up 3-0 right now. Stacie, who's been on a tear, is suddenly watching from the seats over there.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't get in her head too bad, and just like she's done in several times in the past now, just focus on this game, win it, move to the next game.
You're talking about Stacie?
Stacie,
Yeah. But she's been
a locomotive for the last 3-4 hours. So
she's been mentioning how she had to play a lot of racks to get here.
for sure.
I mean, a lot of matches. Because I think yesterday she started off on the B side. I think she lost her first round.
I'm pretty sure she did.
So she's had to play a lot of games to get back to this point. And the fact that she fought her way all the way back to here also speaks of the level of player that Stacie is.
Yep.
She can be a fierce competitor.
Andy, right now we are sitting at 57.
I remember she told me right before our match, she's like, "This is going to be a really easy match for you." And when I think it was 5-1, I'm like, "You said this was going to be easy." He said, "Well, you're doing this to yourself." I'm like, "Fair, but you said it'd be easy. It's not easy. You're not making it. You're seeing perfectly fine."
Fair. Yeah, it's just it is what it is. I mean,
It is, yeah.
I don't think there's ever like I won't say it that way. I think there are easy matches, but when you're in a tournament with opponents of this caliber, nothing's necessarily a given.
Yeah, but I mean, it can depend on if a player is shooting at their level or not.
True.
Like, because there's a few people I played who I know their level, and it's just like you almost feel bad because somebody isn't feeling it. Just like when I said that my first match, I was down 5-0, but the amazing thing about Renee Lafferty, I made a post about it, but she is absolutely amazing. Is she's such a good supporter. She was in my ear of like, "Come on, shake it off. What is going on? Like, you can do this. Like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why this is happening."
Who could say?
But it was the point of like she was cheering me on of like, "You shoot better than this." I'm like, "I know I shoot better than this." And I couldn't figure out what was going on. But it's just awesome to have somebody like that in your corner, you know?
Someone that's always kind of picking you up and
Right. And
encouraging for sure. Yeah, that's true.
that was her. And it was just unfortunate that it kind of, whatever bug I had in the beginning of our match, she ended up having it later.
Oh,
And so I was trying the same thing. It's hard. Feel for the person. I think women are definitely more empathetic.
oh, I guarantee you, women are more empathetic in general.
And it can make it difficult when somebody isn't shooting.
Internalize somebody else's mindset. Let's say.
Yeah, it's difficult when somebody isn't shooting to the level that you know they can shoot at. And you just know it deep down. Of course, you want to win, but you just know this should not be the way the match goes. Oh,
All right, Hector.
perfect.
Yeah, just dropped it right in there. Hector, it's still Brian Brennan. I've been with you all weekend, but The voice might sound familiar because she was in here with me about an hour and a half ago. This is Alyssa Solt.
Hello, Hector.
Finished in third today in the tournament, and she's helping me describe the finals here. A little further up the table on that four ball that I think.
Oh, but this you can go two,
I'm thinking
1, 2, 3. You can go three
Right.
reels. Yeah, you can go. I always have to count them. Like, I don't know, it goes like this, and then I go back and count them. Like, I forget how many reels. But yeah, perfect speed naturally leaves a good angle.
Right in towards the 5. Yeah.
You can bump the 9 a bit, and then you have another good shot on 6. Thank you, Hector. Wish I had a better turnout, but next time. I think I'll be up here again in a couple weeks.
3 out of 45 is still doing pretty well. Andy, you're all right. You're liking what you're seeing. This is the finals. This is going to be the last NEWT game we're going to broadcast. Although I did see a comment earlier, we might have a list match on the Shark stream a little bit later tonight.
Oh, a nice little gambling set.
Something like that. Yep.
I mean, a set with rubies, right? Are we not supposed to mention? Not the G word.
Well, in
Rubies.
reality, this list match is basically a tiered structure of players here at Yale Billiards, similar to a boxing field.
Yeah.
Where, we have a highest rank, which is currently Lucas, and
right.
we have several other players that are on that list. And the way it works is anyone on the list may challenge anyone else on the list at any time, and the
I
winner
see.
switch places.
I see.
And the way it works, though, is, and to your point with the rubies and the various other monetary things, there may be incentives to accept challenges offered.
I see. This all makes sense.
But as far as we here at the Shark Stream are concerned, we're just looking for quality pool, and
Right.
who's playing on the list.
I see.
Their deal is their own business.
I see. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's why I'm like, wait. Said the wrong word there. I gotcha. Good pool. That's what we're after.
Kate, thank you very much for the great stream. You know what? We appreciate being here, and we appreciate you tuning in. The best way you can help us, let your friends know.
Like
here.
and share. Like
Exactly.
and share.
Hey, Rachel's still at the table and in command right now. She's got a shot at that 7.
Oh, this is easy for her. I mean, she didn't get exactly where she wanted on this 8.
Yeah, because
The way she's been playing, this is nothing. Bounces out to the long rail on her left, and comes right back out. I mean, just be wary of the speed for the scratch.
Sure.
But she hasn't even. I don't think I've seen her scratch all day.
I can't think of an instance. I know a couple of players have been just in the pocket all the time. I know Dawn was having a hell of a time earlier about the scratches. She was just getting some random scratches that shouldn't happen. Dawn Fox, that shouldn't happen to anybody. And she was
a part of my floor squad. Oh, Frank. Hey, that is so good to hear. I mean, who needs to accomplish anything in life? Just sit there.
Monday, depending on your religious affiliation, rest or whatever. So,
It's cool. You don't need to do anything.
Why not?
Forget
Absolutely.
what everybody says. You don't need to be productive.
Enjoy yourself. Exactly. Let these ladies come out and accomplish stuff. We can just watch them do some things.
Is that different than life?
You are not wrong.
What a great way
Great
to
ball control. Just let it sit.
That was a perfect speed on that to not mess up this 9 much. Wow, that was nice. That was very nice.
The irresistible force of Stacie just met the immovable object of Rachel. Rachel's not having it, so Stacie.
Rachel is showing no signs of letting it affect her.
She's you give her an opportunity, and she's going to hand you the rack. So, great match so far.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a box mod.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if you pull on it the right way, basically dragon breath, and it will just be complete clouds of it.
Right. That's why I like my little guys.
Yeah, those are nice. All right, Stacie, head in the game, break and run. Show us how it's done. Every time we play a match like this, we want to see it go hill. So we want to see at least get to 7 first, you know?
Always haters out there.
We missing here. The 5 purple? Yeah, the 5 ball's now.
What a spread. Wow, that is quite a spread.
Pretty explosive. I wish she'd left the cue in the center of the table a little better.
That was Stacie, right? Yep.
Yep. Oh, you got a fan, Alyssa.
Oh, Melissa, I love you too. Thank you.
David
it is.
Madsen. Oh,
It is alternate break.
let anyone in this place. Yes, it's alternate break.
Melissa, you're the best.
Just to go over the rules for everybody that's
Yeah.
just now tuning in for some reason.
Do you want me to?
Alyssa, it's all you.
It is alternate break, rack your own format. It is call 9. The 9 does not count on the break. The 9 will get spotted. Let's see. Push out and 3 foul are in effect. Since this is the finals match, if Rachel gets to 7 first, it is over. If Stacie gets to 7 before Rachel does, it becomes a race to 9 for both players.
Well
I think
said.
that brushes up on
I
everything.
think that in a nutshell is perfectly accurate. Right now at the table, we have Rachel at the bridge. But she has a hell of a spread on this
Oh,
table.
goodness.
You
Wow.
couldn't place these balls any better if you put them down by
No,
hand.
this shot here is probably going to be the biggest challenge, is to get from the 2 over to the 3. Because after she does that, she can put the 4 in the side, and everything looks pretty dandy after that. But this angle, she's stretching, she's reaching, and she has to come across table. So depending on where she leaves, it's either this shot.
Eddie made that
Whoa.
pocket huge.
Yes, it did. She used it as a backboard, like a pro.
It was funneling into
Rachel
that pocket no matter
became a
what.
basketball player and just like alley-ooped it in. That was nice. So for this, if she follows it up, just has to be worried about the 9 there. But she didn't follow it up. She goes back the other way. Guys, any other questions, please feel happy to ask. We are keeping an eye on it. And we love to hear from you. So this is a beautiful table. Wide open. It really is just your cue ball control that determines how this table is going to go, which is pretty much what happened on that shot.
She stumbled a little on this 6, but she should be able to recover.
I mean, she definitely can recover. She could do many things to recover, and Rachel has recovered.
Oh, yeah.
And I always, when she did stuff like this in my match with her, and I saw like a very difficult shot, I would sit in my seat and be like, oh, there's a chance, like maybe. And then she would get perfect on the next shot. And I'm like,
She left
oh,
the 6.
right.
She left the 6.
I thought it went in.
She caught the point.
I
No.
thought that went in.
Actually, this is table 4.
All right. So Stacie has a ball deep in the pocket.
Yeah, it's buried in there pretty good.
Deep in there. I mean, it's not that bad.
I don't
But
think it's so. Yeah, she can get it out
she can
real
go
first.
Yeah.
Catch the 6, come around for the 7 again.
Yeah. It's not as bad as if it was like deep in, which I think I had the one game Stacie gave
It
me.
was like a quarter of a millimeter sitting on that edge.
Right.
And I'm like, if you bump that table with your hip, you knock it right in.
Nine ball because of the black edges
Yep.
and the stripe was in the right spot that like I could not see the edges of the 9 because of the black and being so deep in the pocket.
Mhm.
I'm like, where is even, I don't even know where the 9 ball ends right now.
Right.
That I've never had that happen to me before. It was an interesting spot to be in. I was like, I better not miss this or follow it in because I can't see the edge of the ball.
Yep. Yeah, Diamond, these are
They're tight, but they're not the tightest in the room.
So we have 16 tables here, all Brunswicks. Most all of them are standard 4.5 inch tables. So the balls are 2.25 inches wide. So usually 2 ball wide. Table 4, as I understand, is 4 3/8,
Yeah.
and table 8 is 4 1/16.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was just 4 on table. Okay.
I think there's a 1/16 of an inch in there, but when you're talking about a 1/16 of an inch, you're not talking about a heck of a lot.
Like, who really notices that 16th of an inch?
So,
I did hear that these were 4 and 3.
you know, if I was to go over here and zoom in, you can actually, if you were to look at this side, if you look at the side, I'm not like doing any tighter. If you look at the side pocket here at the top of the screen, notice that the rails are overlapping
Yeah.
the actual back of the fun cup.
Yeah.
That's how tight those pockets are. And that I notice every single time is that the rails are longer than the actual standard table weight.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
table 8 can be a bit of a mess when you're trying.
Which is why during this tournament we did not play on table 8 because they didn't want it because it's a different table for people who aren't used to playing on
Right.
it, that they didn't want it to affect anybody in the wrong way. So
Right.
we've only used table 4 and
Yeah,
table 8 as a practice table.
I think, heck yeah, table 8's a great table to warm up on because once you start shooting them in there,
Oh yeah.
everything else feels like a giant bucket.
I don't know. I warmed up on that table. I felt great. I don't know what happened.
Sometimes it doesn't carry over, I guess. But yeah, Hector described it quite well there. Table 4 is tight. Table 8 is tighter.
Yeah, that's a great way. Perfect way. Love the teamwork. All of the ladies have been like very lenient
I
with
said like
this.
3 or 4 times. It's just, let's manage the rack.
Well, and they're so lenient about like, okay,
Whatever,
because when you think about it, like the ball moving the tiniest bit at the beginning of the rack, it really doesn't
You
have
can't plan for it all of a sudden.
it doesn't have as much of an effect as later on. At the beginning, before you even analyze the table, if a ball moves or isn't in the exact place,
It's
it
just
doesn't
like
matter.
random chance anyway. You when you break, they're going random
Yeah.
anyway. So a
But-
quarter of an inch here or there if you're trying to get that rack.
If you waited later in the right,
Right.
and then you already have a layout, you already have a plan. Like somebody could manipulate it more if they were like that.
Right.
To be in their benefit, it's easier to just do it right in the beginning.
I
I think
agree.
Stacie won that, so it's Stacie.
Oh, sorry, let me take a look. It's 4-1. Stacie has a point here. Thank you for catching me up.
Again. No.
You want this job, you can have it.
Hey,
it's
I'm
awesome.
not here all the time. I'm a fill-in.
Fill in. Yeah, fair. Where are you from? I forgot.
I'm from Northeast Philly.
You are Pennsylvania. Okay, that's what I kind of had that inkling.
I'm like up the street from Bluegrass Billiards.
Okay, so you're very familiar with Chris.
Frank, Miletti.
Yep. Frank. Yep. He's yep.
Frank and Mindy, and Fuskers is I have like 2 home halls. They both are.
Don't
No,
do it.
It wasn't. She got it.
She nailed the 6. And
All right, just has to bear down for this.
for sure.
And this is like an important game. Like
4-2 is a
if
whole lot
Stacie-
different than 5-1. So
Stacie was shooting right now, it would be super intense.
Stacey's throwing the Maloika over there. You know, just trying to
Yeah, Stacie's deep breathing.
get rid of the stare.
Oh man.
When you're in that situation where you're sitting where you normally sit and they're in the
Yeah.
eye line, you're trying to remain as motionless as possible. You know,
Oh, yeah.
she's probably slowing her heart down to make sure that she doesn't get accused of anything, you know?
Yeah. I definitely do my best to not move at all. I usually don't even look. I don't want to look because I don't want to give added pressure. I always tend to look away and just not move until I hear the hit.
Balls
of
are
the
in
ball.
motion,
Right,
absolutely.
and then I'm like, okay, now I can breathe.
I can
Now
come
I
to
can
my
move.
stasis here.
Okay, Hector. Yeah, it makes sense, especially with lower level players. It just almost beats up on your confidence to play on
Well,
the
that's
table so
just,
tight.
it's just frustrating as
Oh,
hell when
it
you're playing on
certainly
the tables. And as a
I
viewer,
absolutely love them. I love them.
it's great as a as a tool to get better.
And as a viewer too.
As a viewer, if you're sitting there watching players just do
Like,
nothing.
how in the world did you miss that? And it's like if you were on that.
Not so much how in the world would you miss that? That's understandable. The thing is that all of a sudden you're readjusting your play techniques, your strategies. You're like, I gotta play. So they're playing nothing but defense. They might have a straight in shot from 6 feet, and they're still playing defense because they're afraid to hit it from that far.
Okay, well then you haven't seen me play on that.
I guess not.
But it does affect a lot of things. Like for example, if I'm straight in on the ball,
Mhm.
I am easier to do the force follow with top spin and English, knowing it's a tight pocket table, and then I'll be able to come around the table much easier than if it's a bigger pocket table, which then I'm more likely to follow it
Try
in.
and cheat and do that kind of. Yep.
But I'm more likely to follow it in on that table because the pockets are way bigger. On that one, if I'm just the tattest bit not super straight in, which the English takes care of, then I come around perfectly fine. So
Gotcha.
it really,
That makes a lot of sense.
once I get comfortable on those tables, I love them. I shoot the same way on them as I do.
Well, and, you know, your mindset.
I just miss a lot more. I miss a lot more.
That's true.
But
But your mindset, even on a big, a standard or wider pocket table, it should always be center pocket. That way
it should be.
it should.
Unless you're cheating the pocket.
Even when you're cheating, you're trying to achieve the fact. Oh, you're right. You're still trying to put it in the middle of the pocket. But at the end of the day, you realize that you're aiming sideways.
Yeah, I mean but if you're cheating the pocket, you're not aiming for the center of the pocket. You're aiming for the
Partially correct, yeah.
the corner of the center.
Yeah, you're right.
So that way your cue ball has
It's more flexibility. Wow, what a nice
That
shot
was
at the rail.
beautiful.
Nice shot at the rail.
Way to go, Stacie.
Stacie is still not coming. Yeah, she's
Fighter. She's a fighter. Put her in the boxing ring. We have Rachel as a basketball player, Stacie as a
match here,
Stacie as a MMA fighter or something. I don't know. Oh no. Ah, if she would have made that too, it would not have scratched.
You're right. I think it would have come a
It would have,
left of the
yep,
pocket.
it
Yep.
would not have scratched. And she just, sometimes we're so worried about scratching. And we know if I make this ball, it's not going to scratch. But since we're worried about scratching, you end up not hitting the right spot on the ball and fulfilling what you're thinking about.
It's
to
a
begin with.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is. Gotta love pool. Gotta love pool.
It's the same. It's the
Something
same fallacy, foible or fallacy, whatever you want to call it. That I say, I tend to have. It's like you get down on the ball. You know exactly how you want to hit the object ball. You start thinking about the next shot,
And then
and you, without
don't
even
do this.
whenever you realize that you're thinking about the next shot, you start to not realize that you're changing the way you're approaching the shot in front of you. And next thing you know, you're a ball and a half off.
How many times I've been down on a shot, I'm like, no matter what, just don't do this.
Right.
And
what
then
happens?
I do it. And then I do it.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
What happens?
Definitely need to change that too.
Definitely not stick this fork in this electric outlet. Okay, hold on.
Let me just test it.
Let's see what happens.
Right, so it's an interesting spot to be in.
Very weird
And you
because
see her, she's gonna go high. Oh,
yeah.
I completely agree. That's what I need to, because I don't know. It's just sometimes it's a thought in your head, and you're like, okay, everything would be fine except this.
Mhm.
Just like a scratch, like anything would be fine except just don't go
Except
there.
this one thing that I'm focusing on, and I can't think of anything else right now. And oh my god, it just happened.
Rather than shifting your mind to like, okay, I just need to hit this spot of the ball. I just need to hit this spot of the ball. And yeah, you're completely right. Makes a big difference. So Stacie now has a bit of an open table. She just needs to control the 6 ball and everything should be smooth sailing for her. Oh. Oh, well, she didn't. She left it. She left it good.
I'm entirely sure that 6 doesn't slide on.
No, it does not go by the 8.
All right, I'm getting a piece of paper.
It does not go by that 8. There's no way.
Let's see.
The ball is big.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The paper test failed. Paper test failed.
Yes.
Does not go by the 8. But it does combo the 8 real nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you know what?
That was a great save.
Great save, Christian.
Beautiful.
Just froze into the second ball. Read this one verbatim from Jim Lawless. This has been a great tournament with a lot of incredible play. So glad to see the JP Newt expand their territory and offer more events and more places to more women. They will all get better from this. And quite frankly, I was listening to the ladies this morning when they were kind of getting ready to play. Same exact sentiment. The exact quote I'm going to say is one of the ladies that was here was saying, you know, for a long, long time, it's always been the same 20 to 30 women.
I think I was in that conversation.
I think you
too.
were. And same 20 to 30 women. And lately, you know, as they've started to expand and do these things, they're seeing different faces in different
Yes,
places.
yes.
And not only that, the entry tonight, we had 45 starters.
Yeah.
So when it comes to participation, it's a great idea and a great move.
Yeah. And this is the first time, I think, ever since Brianna took over, she was trying to expand the territory a bit for that reason. And even come up more north because I think it was more centered to like Maryland, Virginia,
Mhm.
a bit more south, in which these players don't really have a chance to play, and it's such a hike. So, I mean, what better way to get them involved and want to make the hike when they see what kind of tour it is? So,
It's just
I love the fact, and I love this place. So,
there's a lot of talent in, let's see,
Oh,
New
yeah.
Hampshire,
oh yeah.
Island, Massachusetts. You
A
have the,
lot of talent that we don't see in JP Newt because they weren't really playing in areas that were close to them. So Brianna made a very smart move of trying to get multiple areas to allow them a chance to experience JP Newt themselves. Oh, Stephanie, so glad you got a chance to participate. Hopefully more in the future.
we'll definitely see it again. I'm quite certain that we're going to host these events once again at some point.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm definitely sure it's gonna happen again here. This year is obviously booked unless something crazy happens. This year is spoken for.
Well, these
Nice.
things you do have to plan out quite a ways in advance to make
I
sure you
mean,
get-
they plan it out like a year in advance. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. I really do. I always love to jump in and talk about some of my favorite lady players. Even though I should be getting on the road. Have almost a 3-hour drive home. I should be getting on the road. But I might as well hang out until this match is over.
kind of want to see the exciting finish here. Oh, Rachel just cut it right in there and has perfect position on the 9 again.
I mean, for Rachel, she can definitely make this, but is it perfect for any player? I don't know. I struggle seeing, like I said, seeing that edge of these balls are just different and having, I don't know. It's a different way to aim to me, with those balls. It's different than what I'm used to seeing, so, just in the eyes of it. But great out by Rachel.
Rachel is very dominant right now. I thought maybe the time off would cool her off, but boy, was I wrong.
No, yeah, right. I was interested to see that too, because that once again, that just shows what kind of player she is of just hitting a few balls pretty much before the match, and she's still shooting just as she was before.
Play in
So-
the morning and play at night. Just
Yeah.
meet me at table 4. Interesting insight, Teresa. I'm going to read that again verbatim. You have to have a strategy. You have to figure out something that you can do to wipe away all those thoughts so you can focus on the one task at hand, which is making the ball. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'd like to look at the TV in the room and repeat what is ever on the screen back to myself, then I'm able to look at the ball and only think about the ball. It's one way to get your focus.
I remember I've actually heard her say this before. So, Teresa, I remember if there was like a basketball game on, she said that she would repeat the score.
The commentator,
No, she would just repeat the score. It's 36-34 in the basketball, and just like focus on that.
Your mind.
And clear your mind so that way when you, because then you're not like talking to yourself or beating yourself up about the current game. You're
Focus on something
you
else for a
put your
moment.
focus on something else so that when you approach the table again, you wipe clean.
Just reboot.
Yeah, great insight, Teresa. And Rachel missed that.
Yes, she did.
Pretty good. Does give Stacie a shot. Definitely give Stacie a shot.
6 in a row here.
He's gonna cut it or he's gonna cut. I was gonna say, is she gonna cut it or bank it? Because the bank did look so good and perfect positioning. Draw this back a little bit for the 3. Follow the 3 around 3 rails, 4, and the rest should be pretty good. There you go. Just focus. Focus on that ball going in. Once again, you're seeing the traffic.
Right.
I'm used to traffic at my pool hall too, but they're not in a position to walk so close to the table. Like I'm used to the traffic like away from the table, just like a lot of traffic in passing. But for people to walk so close to the table can be so distracting to your play.
I know this table's closed off, but
Yeah. That walkway to the bathroom is. Oh, get it. Nice shot.
you see that even that walker coming through the camera right there.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where this foot traffic area here can be a bit of a distraction for sure.
It's almost like between every shot. At least that's what it was like when I was playing.
I felt like there was just a nonstop.
No, it really for a bit because I think leagues had just gotten there, so it looks like it slowed down a little bit. Yeah.
Most of those people that are here are at the tables that they're supposed to be. So.
Now, but it was like right.
You were at the
Oh
table.
my god,
So, yeah, here we go.
it was pretty rough. It was literally like between every shot we had multiple people walking by. It's like, but knowing. Oh, Stacie. I thought she was gonna cut that in the corner. Play nice. Okay, that's not that plays nice.
That's
All right, it's not a sellout. Shake it off. Deep breaths.
she plays it straight on. It's got almost nowhere to go, really. There's
Because
The
that
only
cue,
thing
the
is-
cue ball would be going everywhere.
oh, totally. I mean,
I mean,
the only
if
thing
she
I can say is
cuts
if she cuts a little bit and then tries to get the cue this way.
Yeah, I mean, she could also. I don't think it would scratch if she actually cuts it into the corner. But it looks like she's doing what you're saying, and trying to do exactly that. Put it up on the top rail and the cue on the bottom.
You got one other ball on the table. Try to use it. But at this point, all that distance, no easy pockets.
Distance and on the rail. Putting the cue ball on the rail is so. It's the perfect
It
speed.
messes with your head too because you only got half a ball to aim at.
And I mean, she's banking it unless she's playing safe. But there's you. I mean, it's just.
This is a tough save and definitely drill worthy. It's one of those things where you got to. I see this in one pocket all the time. What do you do? How do you keep somebody from getting their ball? A little wide.
So this is the thing: speed, slow down. It's like when you're going on a shot like that, it's like you really have to play the speed of like, do I want the 8 ball to finish above the side pocket or below the side pocket?
Right.
You have to keep that in mind because it's going to be the difference between selling out and returning, like attempting the shot, but also possibly returning a save.
You can thin this in the side fairly
Oh,
handily, and then
And once
natural
again,
position. It's nice and slow. Slow. I said slow. Ruh-roh.
well, this makes it interesting.
It certainly does. And she's not happy. I can see
She
the
is-
look on her face. She's
She is
very frustrated.
Oh, I
She
feel
thought she was over, but maybe now she's got to figure out whether she plays defense or if she tries to do something more.
she has nothing to lose in regards to going.
6 games to give away, so I'd say just push it to the rail.
Going as in regards to like going for something miraculous, like she definitely could, but
She has the flexibility if she wants to take a
she
swing at the
does.
stars here.
And I've seen her do some pretty amazing shots that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, she's definitely toying.
She's toying with the
You
backhand.
you hear.
You can almost
see
hear the
the
goblins in your head, just like,
Yeah,
do I
you
do
see the
it?
hand, like, do I do this? Oh, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Like, you just, oh yeah, we've all been there.
I could almost feel it. Like she could go either direction here or here and go into the back corner towards her and see what happens. But
I didn't see her call anything. So. Oh, maybe she did call something.
oh my goodness.
Oh my word. She did call something. I told you she could pull something miraculous out.
She must have called
Oh
out.
my gosh. Wow. Way to go, Rachel. Way to win. What a finish.
What a finish.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That was incredible.
That was a shot. That was a shot.
Nicely done.
That was incredible.
I wish I could give you a replay. I was
know.
thinking at the time.
We were too late.
It's already reeled too far past. If you want a replay on YouTube, go ahead and scroll to the end of this video, and you will be able to watch it anytime you want. What a shot! Big cross corner. Holy cow!
Congratulations, Rachel. Congratulations, Stacie. Thank you guys for having me and all the supporters. I'm gonna say my goodbyes and finally hit the road.
Safe travels.
Hit the road, Jack, but I will come back. All right. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure chatting with you.
Likewise. There you have it. The Pechauer New England Women's Tour is in the books. And Rachel has come home victorious. Just defeated Stacie 7-1. You guys enjoyed all the content we brought you this weekend. If you do, just make sure when you do tune in, like, share, and subscribe. And by all means, if you'd like, donate to the Shark Stream. We have the links in the comments section, and we also have the Facebook stars, whatever. And there is a possibility we're not entirely done for the night, but if we are, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you. Without you guys watching, we wouldn't be here. I'm misquoting that. Bobby says it better. But again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.